Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into Esoteric Guidance, and my name is Nehru. Um, we are going to do well. I say a little different, but it's not. Give me just one moment as I while I connect this Bluetooth here. There could be something about a new connection, but I actually want to speak for a moment on, and good morning, by the way. Thank you for tuning in. You are tuning into this if you consider yourself an earth angel, an alchemist, a light worker, a starseed, Palladian starseed, Polaris starseed, Lumerian tribe, Egyptian shaman, part of the Galactic Federation. You consider yourself a part of the collective, a part of the 144,000, a part of the spiritual elite, extraterrestrial. Did I say extraterrestrial? Okay. You might consider yourself a unicorn or, um, yeah, something of that sort. Okay. Um, Thank you again for tuning in. We're going to talk about something a little different this 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 go round. Okay. It is 7:24 local time, Mountain Standard Time in the United States of America. 63 degrees. It sounds strange to say United States of America. That energy feels weird because it's not united. So there's definitely that there. But I want to talk about, and we're going to be looking up a lot of things. So I apologize if my face is not looking up at the screen. 2:17. Okay, 2 minutes 17 seconds. Um, but I was in my contemplation this morning and thinking about a couple of things. Um, and Save our ships is what SOS means, or save our souls. So we're going to talk about save our souls, or we're going to take it as save our souls. Okay? SOS. Sending out an SOS. 3 minutes. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS to the world. So someone's saying save our souls, save my soul. As there could be something about an SMS, okay, like the texting thing, right? SMS, that's SMS texting. Uh, I'm not a tech savvy, like I'm not into that type of thing. I don't know computer languages and that. I'm not into AI and not interested. Um, why would I be interested in artificial intelligence? Artificial? We deal with artificial people, humans, every day. Soul tribe, earth angels, alchemists, healers. Oh, I don't think I said healers. Healers for sure. Okay, I am definitely one. So I don't confirmation siren. So I don't. I'm not interested in artificial intelligence. I'm interested in divine intellect. Okay, divine intellect. That's what I'm interested in. But in my contemplation this morning, I started thinking about, and I often give thought to that, hmm, things of ancient days. I often give thought to things of ancient days. And one of those things recently, in recent times, is how did we get, how did, I always ask the question, what is the original intent? What is the original intent? Okay. So what is divine's original intent? I have not had coffee or even water. I just woke up, well, got up. I've been up for a minute, physically awakened. But um, again, I was in contemplation and thought and that for probably an hour. Okay. But my mind often goes back to my spirit often goes back to ancient times, ancient days. You could be an old soul as well, and or getting downloads about previous lifetimes. And one of the questions, to sum it up, is where did we go wrong? 5:57 on the video timer. One of those questions is, where did we go wrong? And of course, we know through going through the first book of Enoch, okay, we know that it's Nephilim and Anunnaki came and taught witchcraft, and then Sodom and Gomorrah was done, and we know all that, and created giants, and we, because they were having sex with the beings that divine created to dwell here. So we know that. We know that much. But divine's original plan and purpose. How did, and then I started thinking about Sigmund Freud, okay? And Sigmund Freud, a lot of his conclusions, I don't know, again, I don't have a degree. Whatever I say, if it sounds whatever, it's because it's a spiritual download, and it's esoteric intuition, esoteric intelligence. Okay, so yeah, no, I was a tax accountant for 13 years, but that was without a degree because a illness due to witchcraft attacked both of my native kidneys, and I was on dialysis for 4.5 years. So that that treatment started second semester of my junior year. 7:33 on the video timer up there, collective. Okay, that transplant was 7:17 for those of you who do not know, or are not regular listeners to the channel. So Sigmund Freud, a lot of his focus was on the sacral and sexual, and what the energy was, what the focus is, why so many focus on that, what can be derived from that, what can be, right? And so I started considering those things, and I don't know what all of Sigmund Freud's I don't know what all of Sigmund Freud's conclusions were, okay? Because again, okay, I do know that he is credited with the Madonna Whore Complex. If you do not know what that is, I encourage you to look the Madonna Whore Complex up to find out if you are dealing with or are someone who's in a Madonna Whore Complex type of situation, okay? So anyway, and I start to think, this is how comfortable, and see, this is where a lot of the growth comes in. So we're about to get into the meat, bite into the steak, we're about to get into the meat of why I press record. So divine is showing me why it's so difficult as my left foot heats up. Why it is so imperative that the male gender and the female gender keep all 114 of their chakras clear. Okay? You have major chakras and you have minor chakras, just like you have major arcana and minor arcana in tarot. You have major bones, minor bones. The bone in my point finger, this finger, okay, this finger here, this right here on the tip of my finger, that bone there is not nearly as important as my femur. You know what I'm saying? It's not nearly as important. Okay, you want to break something? It was 10-10 up there. Break this. Don't break the. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay. So they are major and minors. Okay. Um, and and I'm just looking. This is just the SOS definition up there. That's all. And because it's so be, because we have to dwell here, and again, there's a gulf. No matter how high vibrational you are, again, Earth Angel, Healer, Alchemist, Starseed, Lightworker. How do you know if you are these things? Well, I'll save that for the end. But see, divine needs us to be in this place. Okay, this is where divine needs us to be. And help me to articulate divine clearly. I don't have to know the definition of the word that I use. Yeah, because that is inconsequential. So, divine is asking a question, I guess. And here's the question that divine is proposing to her. He and she are proposing to us. They, as my right palm throbs, they are proposing to us. That's Reiki. If you don't know, I am a Reiki master healer, a certified Reiki master healer thing. Right? I've taken that course. But it was very good, extremely informative, and I learned a lot. Yeah. That instructor's name is Michelle. That could be significant for you. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Fast moving energy. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Video Timer Collective. This is a residential street. I think the speed limit is 20 miles an hour. People do like 45 all day. There could be something about 2.5 times something. Uh-huh. Okay. So divine is asking this. Or saying and then asking, I need to be able to trust you in a room full of whores to not sleep with any of them. Can you do that? Can you sit in a room full of whores, and not sleep with them? Sexually, you know what I mean? Not physically. Just go to sleep. Not like that. Can you? I'm feeling like my skin is looking extra clear today. Extra. Oil of Olay. That's not what I use, but I use castor oil. Divine needs us to be in a place collective where he can use us mightily, because we are told that our gifts make room for us and place us in before mighty men and women. It says mighty men, I think, but before mighty men and women. Okay? There are powerful women in this world. Okay? Whose names are Michelle, Barbara, Jessica, Maya, Moriah. Okay? Any of those names. Okay? And they need to know that they can trust us. And this is really what I'm getting. And again, this message is really strange to those that it will not resonate with. I got the picture of a sponge bath. 1515 up there on the Video Timer Collective. So I got the picture of a sponge bath. Okay? So we're familiar with the washing of the feet. Okay? So we know Yeshua, Issa, the Ascended Master, washed the feet of the disciples. Okay? Those are apostles, though. They weren't disciples. They are apostles. 12 apostles. Not 12 disciples. 12 apostles. Okay? 12 apostles, not disciples. All the other people were disciples. Okay? Disciples follow apostles. Okay? And apostles follow the Christ. 16 minutes exactly up there. 8-8. Okay? So how is it that divine source, and I'm going to ask it just the way it's presented, how is it that divine source can trust you to give someone who is of the same gender in a certain lifetime, trust you to give them a sponge bath? And again, this is just how it's being presented to me. I don't know what the sponge bath represents. Cleansing, clearing, cleaning. I did major cleaning in the RV yesterday with rubber gloves and Clorox wipes and major cleaning yesterday. Major cleaning yesterday. In the RV, wiped out microwave, walls, cabinets. I was wiping everything down. Getting ready for the new. Getting ready for the new. Okay. So, and I just get the feeling that divine is placing some of us in some very, 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 very intricate, detailed, specific, exacting, like sensitive situations. And we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's. There's something about P's and Q's. Okay? Peas. One of my top favorite green vegetables, if not my top green vegetable. I eat more peas. As far as green vegetables, I eat more peas than any other green vegetable. And they're only cooked perfectly. This is going to annoy somebody. They're only cooked perfectly if when you bite into the pea, it snaps. That's the perfect pea. Just saying. All right. So there's something about the perfect meal, the perfect something. Okay. You might be a good cook. Someone might like your cooking. Someone might miss your cooking. Someone might want you to cook. And talking about this sponge bath thing and taking care of, again, a female who washes another female, a male who washes another male. And you can do that without it turning into something dark, nasty, inappropriate, spiritually degrading. Like you can. So some of us are going to be placed in, and I don't know who this is for, again. Some of us are going to be placed into those positions where you're going to have to do that. Or that's what you're doing spiritually for your bloodline. But I don't get that. I don't get that for most of us. I get for most of us that divine source is trying to share with us where they would like for us to get back to in the evolution of our expansion here in the 3D because that's something we need to understand. I should be able to wash the back, head, face, foot, ass, whatever of another man, and that not turn me on. I don't get a hard dick from that. I should be able to do that. Again, I don't know what this is. Okay? I should be able to, as a female, if I was a female, I should be able to wash, clean, cleanse another female without me putting my lips on their lips. Any of their lips. So what is Divine Source? 21 minutes exactly up there on the video timer. What is Divine Source trying to say about this at this time, collective? Healers, divine workers of the truth, truth speakers. Someone might have multicolored hair, black, purple, black, pink, something purple, dark purple, pink, something. Or someone does. I shouldn't say might. Someone does. Whether or not they listen to this. (7:44) Mountain Standard Time in the United States. United States. Discombobulated States of America. Yes, discombobulated States of America. It is 7:44 on 4:30. Hello, welcome to the 4:30. Tourist season started a few days ago. Robin. Any names, dates, places? Cognac. Someone drinks that, likes that. I'm just scrolling through the news here. And I'm not even really paying attention. I'm just listening. Compliments of highest divine white light. Confirmation click. There's nothing on in here. I've not even brewed the coffee yet. Divine was like, get this out first and then brew your coffee. You have your coffee, whatever. And in fact, I asked twice. So something about a GM. General manager or someone's initials. I just heard Montana. Is there a Greg Montana? That could be a person or I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. Greg Montana. There's oh shit, there is a Greg Montana. He's an investor, or at least one Greg Montana is. So Greg, Karen, someone's a chef. Greg Montana. Real estate investor. You know, one of the occupations I wanted to do when I was a tax accountant, or when I had two focuses when I was in school. And again, I don't know where this is going. Okay. I had two focuses when I was in school, or two goals, I should say. One was to get my LLM and be a tax attorney. Okay, that was one goal that I had. In fact, I really enjoyed my business law class, and I was talking to the professor there. I can see her face, but I don't know her name because that was 15 years, 14 years ago or something. But I remember even talking to her about getting my LLM and that process and all of that. Additional college that would be needed, where I should go. Like, although her advice, I was just I remember I just taking her class. I remember just talking to her. So that was one. A tax attorney. So a tax attorney, okay, is significant. Tax accountant, I was, okay. And then the other, okay, and then the other was to be a bank investor or investment banker. 26 minutes up there on the video timer, 13:13. I kept this card out from yesterday. I kept it out. Okay, collective. This is for spiritual or starting fresh, excuse me. I was going to say spiritual forces. Starting fresh, okay? That's what this is, okay? Stepping out of your comfort zone, okay? Confidence and trust in your decisions, collective, all right? So, yeah, an investment banker is what I was the other, okay? And I understand they work some pretty brutal hours. I was okay with that because I was okay with traveling the world and conducting business that way. I've always had that kind of mindset, like global outreach kind of whatever thing. I've always had that. Jean. Okay, there's something about jeans. Blue jeans. Okay, you could look good, and I have favorite pairs of blue jeans and that. But anyway, I just wanted to come on again. If you're a high vibrational healer, earth angel, light worker, starseed, alchemist, clair sentient, clairaudient, clair, yeah, any of the clairs, okay? Prophetic, not pathetic. Many who claim to be prophetic are pathetic, and yet they continue. Because the humans on this planet give them life. How do the humans on the planet give them life? The propagators life. How are we giving you? No. They, how are they giving the propagators life? In the 3D, it's money and sex. In the 5D, or in the spiritual and the esoteric, okay, it's position, okay, and it's Akashic records. So in the 3D, okay, they want to take your money and they want to take your sacral energy. Spiritually, they want to take your position and replace you in the Akashic records. 2709, or I said 2709, 2907. Someone could be, what do they call that? Dyslexic. Okay. Anubis, thank you for your energy at this time. Anubis, thank you for showing yourself true, Anubis. Mayat, thank you for showing yourself true, Mayat. Thank you. I am divine. I am divine white light's bride. I am divine white light's lover. I am Divine White Light's friend. I am Divine White Light's confidant. Okay? I have a throne, but I often sit on their lap. Okay? So, collective, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Nehru. This is Esoteric Guidance. I am an extraterrestrial earth angel, Gaia beacon, descendant of Yeshua, and I was going to say porcupine. Yeah, porcupine. So don't try anything dark energies anymore. Hopefully you've learned your lesson. So what does this mean for you, collective? What does this message mean for me? I don't know. Again, I'm just sharing. Maybe you're going to have to take care of a relative. I don't know. You don't have to. Just so that you're aware. You don't have to. Okay. Read Hebrews 3:11, confirmation with the nose tingling. Read Hebrews 3:11, collective. You don't have to. Okay. Especially if they were dark and came against you. That is where many people make the mistake. Do you know how? In most cases, it's women. Okay. But do you know when the most dangerous time is for someone in a relationship? It's the moment they decide to walk away. When they decide to leave the house, that day, that moment is the most intense moment or moments of that relationship. When someone tries to leave and the other doesn't want them to, because they're trying to keep you restrained. Okay? So, collective, something's chipping away. Oh, also 80%, 80 something. I shouldn't say 80%, but where's my, let me check the devices. Anything at 80%? I'm saying 80%. Or what is 80% for? For confirmation. Nope, that's 66%. It's 322, and that's 84%. Let me make sure it's not 84 and 84 with my, I need to turn the light thing up on here. Okay, yes, 66 degrees. So 66 and 84, okay, are the percents on the devices that I have. Okay, those ages, those years, okay, or those angel numbers could be significant for you, collective. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, it is 7:55. As always, be encouraged.